guys, this is Nivashni. I'm gonna share you guys about my expense tracker project using tkinter and SQLite. Before I'm going to explain about the code and the features, before I have to why we have to use expense tracker. What is the useful of expense tracker we're using day to day? Like detect our expense, stop expensing too much in that particular thing. We have to analyze where we are expensing too much. In my project, I add expense reduction tips also. It will give the common expense reduction tips and data visualization and some of the many and goal settings also. Many features I added it, and data visualization actually is based on um, category, and now I add the data is based on category. Like if you wanna add some categories, you will add it. Okay, now we are entered into the code. For this project, we have to import some libraries. One of the important library tkinter and SQLite, Matplotlib. These library we have to import it. From tkinter we have to import tkinter ttk, and we will use SQLite 3 because we have to save the data and the database, and import. We will working with date and time, so we have to import the model date time and random variables for choose to generate the random variables we have to import, and we have to, and that model and random model is used to generate random variables. And another matplotlib library is for graphical representation, data visualization for that purpose, and backend matplotlib dot backend .backend.tkj. These are also. Matplotlib is actually for charts within the tkinter, to creating charts within the tkinter. That's like that. And another one is font. Large font is a font style, and another the class we. Now we are entering the database creation, and these are the steps for database creation. For the database, we denoted the name as data.dp, that is the query for create the database, and uh, we insert in the expense table in category good, price, date, that value is runtime we will give, and in database that is shows the select store from expense where category is just like that. These were display or expense, that is based on if you want to display or expense, it's based on the category. So we have to put select store from expense, that from the expense table, in which category you want. So based on the category it will display the expense. And delete expands self come out category good price data. The category good price data, these data all will be deleted from expense table. Our category some and goods are some values and price, some values date or price, some values. And delete expands, these were delete command, delete from particular table that values also. These are columns, category good, price, date, these are columns, and delete the values from the columns, particular columns. And we add display all expense buttons also. So if I want to display that all expense, so yeah, I just connect with the cursor in the database data.dp. Yeah, execute the this command select store from expense. This command actually for in expense table it shows all of the data. Entered in creating goal table, the connect with the now first we have to connect with the database and execute this query. If goal table is not execute, not is if goal table is not exist, we have to enter this category tag, target amount, current amount, and deadline date. These are the type of integers, and insert goal, we have to insert some goals in that particular data. So the insact goal in particular, that first we have to connect with database and execute these queries to insact values. The values at the runtime we will that when we want to enter that values we will enter. Display or get is actually based on display what we are entered, what the user entered in that the goal settings, that will display the category, target amount, current amount, and deadline. And update goals, it will update the goals and goal tab. And in goal tab, in tab we have to label as category, the text label category and label other, that is the range where it plays, that the size is represent like that, and label. And target amount label is target amount, that is actually this coding is for creating the labels, and this is for create the size, like the size and size of and text type, that is, and where it have to place, this is, and deadline label commands. And these commands were these codes were entry tab, where it have to place, like that, category entry and target amount entry and data deadline entry, the goal text under goal text, that's that size and where it have to place, that is here they give. And main window we will have to show expense tracker, expense reduction tips, and financial goal status. And main window using add the self dot tab 1 tab dot, that is the frame. By using the frame condition we use that. And we added in this project and data visualization also by using this command. Data visualization is based on the category, and some price is from the expenses group, right? That query is for how to visualize that. That is the main reason for visualizing based on category. If I visualize by, if I placed here that product, if I placed here instead of product, that visualize based on product. Here the codes for creating expense entries. We have to text the label. These are the labels: category label, name of the good label, and price label, date of purchase label, the text is in there like that. And this is the label, and where how this represents as a size, where it have to place, that is. And these are the entries, that label values entries. We have to enter the labels values. These are value entries based. And which is create button function. This function is create button, insact, and display button, and delete button. If I want to insact values in the data SQL, so I have to use insact button. So button creation commands, these are so button of these, that is actually which is actually a general command for the button creation, but that means general code for button creation, and button creation for data visualization. And it's just for manage category, new category. Some we have to add new category. So if we want to add new category, we will use add function, add category. These are also the labels and labels values. And create category, if I want to create category, and so if I want to create a new category, they will use have to, if category in dot self category, if it not exists already, it will create an app and the category. That is for code for create new category. So we expands extract from the connect with the database, select store from expands where date based on, we will shows based on date or others. It will shows and tips for getting expense tips. Next, move on the tips tab. Actually, this function is for getting the reduction tips, expense reduction tips. So the button, you are already shy about a button code. So that is the code button of tab, tab is self dot tab 2. The text is what we have to text, that display the text. These are the common commands I gave here. So these commands is, if based on the category, it will show the command text tab. And main loop is actually for initialize the tkinter application, and it starts event loop by calling root dot main loop. So now I'm going to run this code. This is actually second code I got. Yeah, it's opened. Actually, it's expense tracker, expense reduction tips, and financial goal. In category, I just add food. Name of the food, dosa. Price at 100, and date, some date, I will just give 02 2003. So the value, if I have to press the insert button, the value will inserted and display the values. Here all of the values will display here. These are the values here. Then if I want to add category, I want to add travel category. So this new one, so travel category is already added. If I wanted to add travel what purpose, like this. And data visualization for all data, it shows like that. And expense reduction tips. In expense reduction tips, what I enter, which category you had entered before, So that category, food is category name. So get reduction tips. So these are the common tips for reduction tips. For next financial goals, for enter the category, which category we have to set the goals. So I set 1000 and within the date 12 2024. Okay, so it will set the goals, it shows all of the goals already entered these